Hey everybody, what's up again? Finally live again. Super cool. Super cool. Again, quick sound test in the beginning. Is everything okay with the sound? Let me check. Beep boop beep boop. And of course, I have to bring the microphone closer. And with that, I would say the sound should be okay. I have to bring the microphone closer. And with that, I would say, yeah, the sound. And if not, if I should make something a little bit more loud or something else too loud, let me know in the chat. With that, we start again animating. Where I've been, nobody knows. But now I'm here again, back on track. With animation. Cool. Can't wait. So the plan, the match plan, the goal is to get back into also fighting scenes. And yeah, I can't wait. We started a little bit, if you remember. I know it's a long time, far away. A long time ago, we did some studies of a couple of fighting scenes. These were super fun. I also can do a little recap of them and in the stream, or there will also be a couple of shorts, reels following in the next weeks, where I will again cut the highlights together and share them on my socials, like every week. You know, if you checked out my socials before, you know I'm uploading a couple of reels every week. Yeah, that's the plan. And now getting the next step. Also, it's always like the big thing in the room. That's great. Impact frames. Also something I want to explore. So all of that now coming in the next stream. I hope you're excited as I am. And with that, I would say let's jump into the animation. I just did a little warm up here where I sketched like a little figure here, just and then a little simplified character on top, just to get warm up a little bit. Yeah, because I haven't sketched so much in the last weeks, so I'm a little bit rusty, but it's getting better. So I'm coming back slowly again. And with that, let's create a new animation layer here. And we're going a little bit studying first a basic punch and maybe do, yeah, look how different animations show like a simple punch. I mean, we can go quickly through it here and see what can we take from timing, from spacing, anticipation, smears, what can we learn, overlapping action from these basic punches here. And here's these, see the hairs moving. Yeah. And then with that, do a couple of studies. Let's see how many we're going to do today. And then also do a couple from our, like, not from reference, but from what we've learned, just from imagination also. But of course, it's always important to use reference. And yeah, and then also learn a little bit more about camera movement and how can we step by step create more complex fight scenes. But we're beginning with the fundamentals, with the basics, with the basic study here. Yeah, and also something that is fun, for example, takes this reference and then change the perspective and sketch it from a different angle. Also great practice. Cool. And with that, I would say let's start in here. So also like from the working mode, sometimes it's cooler or better to start a little bit more roughly. Sometimes you already want to nail your first keyframe and don't want to go over it again. Depends. What I'm already seeing here, I want to keep it simple. So super basic figures. That's a little bit the plan here. And let's see how rough we're going to be. Also, let's make it smaller here so we have a little bit space for the whole character. And yeah, this a little bit will be like getting back into basics of animation. Let's see. The hand is probably a little bit too big. Escalated. So it's a choice here that I'm trying to keep the shape super simple. And also that's a little bit where I have to find my way again in animating, how to simplify things so we don't spend too much time with the first draft here. Like that. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat to whatever topic you like to question, or you have a question. Can ask, of course. I see if I can answer or help you. And let's see here, the first leg is coming here to the front. I think we're still a little bit too big with our character here. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Simplifying the foot here. Maybe we see it more from the front actually. And the other leg here, behind the body. Maybe something like that. Not perfect. Actually, we lost a little bit from the hip here, from the hip shape. So the legs has to be a little bit more down. But let's just do it again. I mean, that's also I feel like that's a cool part of animating. You're sketching so many keyframes that automatically, yeah, you're quickly getting back into sketching or getting a good feeling of sketching characters. So that's something I like. And maybe from here now the leg starts. So that looks a little bit more promising here. And now down here. And maybe we add a little, maybe like that. I think here he has to stand on the ground completely with this leg. Let's see. Maybe something like that. I would even say the legs are too big. Too big of the legs. Maybe like that. Maybe like that, and the feet here, foot has to get a little bit smaller, but then we're getting closer. For achieving something here we can work with. Yeah, maybe like that. Da -da 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 -da. Let's see. Maybe we can start to work with that and then refine it. Cool, but for the first one I would say it's okay. So let's get to the next frame. Let's see in total so what frames we have here. So we also have this frame. This frame is more like breakdown in between, something like that. Then we have the one punch and the other punch. So it's super minimal in terms of how many frames they use here. I think it's animated on 2s. So every frame here holds 2 frames. Okay. So let's go to this one here and see what's changing here. So let's see. The hairs are not so important right now. We're focusing more on the punch action. But of course also you see how when the character moves down or up, the hairs move also down. So we have that counter action there. Again, when the character moves up, the hair move down. Then the legs close a little bit. And the both arms move a little bit more in the middle. And the shoulder get a little bit up. So, and he's going a little bit more up. Okay, let's do that. And let's see, maybe we're going to do a couple more of rough studies instead of spending too much time on refining them or something like that. But let's see, so the shoulder here comes a little bit up and the arm here comes up. Like that maybe. Cool. And he's moving a little bit to the front. And a little bit up. Okay. And the other arm also comes up. Like that. Cool. I feel like already the second pose here, I'm more into the drawing flow with that. So feeling better right now already with sketching things. Like to indicate where the middle is of the body. And let's see what the legs are doing. The legs just coming a little bit to the front. Okay. So similar to before. Of course, we could here add muscles and stuff like that, but we keeping it for now super simple. And this leg here gets a little bit closer to the middle here. Maybe something like that is okay for now. Cool. And don't worry too much right now on like how the drawing looks like, stuff like that. Of course, here the head looks messy, the arm, the total proportions. It's okay for now. It's really getting, or at some point you have to start. So focus more on one subject, on one goal. For me right now, it's getting a good feeling of like how a punch looks like, of how a basic animation of a punch looks like. And that's a focus. And then later, of course, you can improve things like how the drawings look like and make the keyframes more work. Then add clothing, add hairs, and make everything look cool. Yeah. But for now, it's really more about the basic movement here and getting back again into animating. Okay, so now here the punch. So we see at the bottom, this leg here moves a little bit more close. I also can make, maybe let me quickly make the camera here a little bit more small so you can see a little bit better what's actually happening here. So the leg here goes a little bit to the front and also the arm punches. Cool. And the other arm behind here goes a little bit down. So let's do the next one. So he still moves a little bit to the front. And now the shoulder comes up. And now we have to see in terms of perspective how much foreshortening we're going to add. Of course, you could construct it properly, but here it doesn't have to be perfect at this moment. It's okay if you are going to eyeball it, experiment, try out what looks good, what not, and how can you make it look believable. That's the key point. Hey, the character here has to move more like here, and this is also move a little bit more here. Now characters rotating here a little bit. And here we see more from the side, actually. Make it here again. Like that. And this leg here has to get a little bit more to the front. Doesn't win a prize here, the drawing, but for now it's okay. Cool. Like that, and of course the head here is falling off too much to the front. Okay. So super basic animation here, super rough also, of course. We would have to again work out the figure better, but for now it's okay. And then he's pulling it back. I would say let's go over this one a little bit one more time. Let's see. To prove it a little bit. It's not really mandatory, but let's see. To make the drawing a little bit more appealing. Like that. Then we have here the other arm simplified. Well, the head is more here. Here. Let's not lose ourselves here in details. Like that is okay for now. Also keeping it simple here. Position it a little bit better, make it a little bit smaller so it fits better in the animation we did before. Like that. Maybe like that is okay. And now here we're working the leg. So this leg here actually has to go a little bit more here to the front. And be also a little bit longer. Let's see, the legs, yeah, can be tricky at times. So we're making things here a little bit longer. Like that. And now maybe something like that. It's more the direction. And yeah, like even when using reference, and sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. As you can see. But yeah, the basic keyframes are working. And of course, we're going also to explore a little bit more anticipation stuff like that. When, yeah, covering the basic things here. But yeah, let's start really with a simple punch. And then we're adding more cool stuff step by step. Also some impact frames, all these cool things here. Now let's for now place a foot here. Of course it's not perfect in terms of foot placement. I think also has had to be a little bit smaller here. And go a little bit more here. Can delete this one now. From this one to this one is okay. Cool. And yeah, looks fun. Simple punch. 3 drawings. Here, what are we learning? The foot here comes closer. From this position, here it comes closer. Then, of course, the arms go up, preparing also to defend himself. And then, of course, we have here the foreshortening and the punch into the direction. Super basic. Also, if we're learning here, 1-2 punch, then the other punch with the hairs also moving. Cool. And then he has a spin here. And with that, we could, of course, here adjust the timing with a lot of things. We could add a smear to this punch. We could add some in-betweens. We will all do that. But yeah, I think for basic first keyframe study, that's great practice. Doesn't have to be always spectacular. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. I love also these videos here on YouTube where they're cutting together, for example, hand-to-hand fighting scenes. And you can see a little bit, yeah, which one you like, which one you want to study. Always a great collection. And yeah, super cool to see how good these here are animated. Let's see. Maybe this one from here. Here we already have a lot of camera, super cool camera movement, like how the camera is rotating here. I also want to practice that. We will do streams covering that topic. But for now, I want to keep it simple with the basic punch. That looks also super cool here. With that smear here. And then that camera shake. Super cool animated. And that nice impact frame here. Super fun. Maybe something from here. So you're losing it here. Crazy what, like how many, what's happening in a single or a couple of seconds, how much action you can add to a fight. Let's see. But yeah, these are all so much fun to watch. I just could watch the whole day like these hand-to-hand fighting scenes. That's always also a great show here from Avatar Korra. Nice, and some advertising. Here we made it. Oh yes, these Avatar scenes are also super cool to see every time. Maybe one from here, or these are animated super fast. We could do this one here. This is, of course, it's super fast, but we could try it. It's super cool to watch. Maybe we take one from here. I mean, this animated fight here is one of the most epic animated fights ever. Here you have so much smear in it. Like in almost every fight here. Big smear here. Maybe we do a quick one of this. Of course, we don't see the whole character here, but let's see. Maybe we can do a quick one here from this one. And maybe also don't overthink it too much. Sometimes let's just try things out. First one. And the next one here, the character moves forward. In this case here, Sakura. I think this one is too big here, so we don't have such a big camera change here. Like that. And also let's make a little bit more space here so we see total frame. Can see it? Yes, cool. And let's move everything here a little bit so we have a little bit more space. Like that, and now we have a super strong smear. That's also cool here to study a little bit how these smears here are made. Like that. The head is almost staying, it's rotating a little bit. Like that. Already can hear like the sound of the punch. And we have a big smear here. That's crazy, but cool to see. Also something cool to see would be like more an older, I mean this is I think from Boruto, like in older animated shows, if they are using less smear or more smear, that's also super cool to see always. But yeah, I feel like also sometimes smear of course looks cool, but sometimes I think also it's a great way to save a little bit of money in production time. But yeah, depends of course how it's used. Let's go to the next one. And now here hitting. Yeah, super quick here. But also, yeah, that's also a great way to animate. So this here is on 2, holds 2 frames. The background is moving, as you can see. And then we have this one here on 1s, super fast animated. And then the other hand attacks. Yeah, a lot of smears, but yeah, cool to see also. Cool. Go to the next one. So quick study here. Super, super cool. It feels like even if it's like speed up a little bit. But yeah, some fighting scenes just animated quickly. Or even it's speed up, I don't think so, but yeah. You can just see in the first seconds that's from Naruto when watching the animated thing here. And how it's animated, it's always so iconic. I also love this outro here. Also super cool to see. Just the silhouettes. That's also cool here. I don't even know the show here. Anime Mirai. Looks like a super cool style. Maybe let's do even this one. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat, of course, while I drink here a little bit of water. Water. Nothing better than a little bit of sparkling water here at 11 p.m. Ah, great. Super great. Cool. Let's get to the next one. And also, time is flying again. Already more than 40 minutes live. Yeah, when animating, time flies. So I think we have to do this one here super rough. Because if not, also this looks a little bit challenging in terms of perspective. But let's see what we can do here. Make the brush a little bit smaller maybe. And let's simplify things here. We have the giant character here. Like that, his arm. No, 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 no. And let's see. We can work out something here that's working from the study here. I love how the proportions here are sketched in. Looks super cool. Okay, say that's okay. Like that maybe for the first one. Then maybe now he's coming a little bit to the front. And the arm here is coming also more to the front. And this arm here is getting more back. Like that. So this leg here moves a little bit out. And the other one twists a little bit. Twist a little bit. Of course, here to properly sketch the proportion, we would have to take a little bit more time, but we keep it here, just as that it's working, so we can study a little bit the movement here and can get used to sketching a couple of fighting scenes, fighting action. I think that's okay. We compared, and now the punch here. That's also a cool example on how like to implement for shortening in a fighting action or in a cool movement. And now the punch, and the character is getting more low here. And the head also gets a little bit bigger. It's probably too big, maybe like that. Maybe like, not that's big. Maybe something like that is okay. Just giant shoulders here. And a little bit of smear also. And here the arm elongated a little bit. That colors here striking. And of course this is a little bit too big. Make it like that. And this one, the leg that is here behind, is turning a little bit, and this is also coming a little bit to the front. We just have to add a little bit more perspective here. Like that. And this one is turning. It again. Better. Cool. Also super simple. And of course what we could add here is to make it a little bit more smooth, is add a couple of in-betweens here. Between this one, and letting this one then faster play. Let's do that quickly. And also something we can do. Sometimes also the breakdown or the in-between can be positioned higher or lower depending on what's fitting. Can already the head is a good reference point to experiment that. Yeah, maybe even like this one, where we position it, and maybe favoring one side more than the other. Always try things out. So this arm here gets a little bit bigger step by step. And yeah, of course, things super rough here. Then this next step would be to clean up a little bit the keyframes. Going to continue. Clean up this here a little bit. So it's a little bit more clear what we're sketching here. But also say, bring this one a little bit more here. In the face where it's smaller. Like that. And yeah, just a single in between already makes the punch more smooth. Cool. Super fun. Okay, streaming almost 1 hour. Of course, simple things we tackled today, but still important to get back into the flow here of analyzing simple punch. I would say this is one even we can continue the next time. I like the animation here. I think cool things to learn. But yeah. Yeah, we learned a lot. Of course, when we're doing a little recap here, also looking a little bit at smears here with this one. Doesn't have to be sketched super complex with all the details. Keep the figure simple and yeah, get a basic feeling on how punches are animated, what's happening, like how is the body moving, where's the head moving while punching, what are the arms doing, what are the legs doing, all these things. If you're keeping your figure simple, you can focus more on what's happening actually in the movement of a punch, and then we can start to play a little bit with timings by adding, like for example, more breakdown positions. So sketching for your key positions, your main drawings, then add a couple of breakdown drawings where which will help to understand or read the animation better. For example, what is happening between this drawing and this drawing. So this one example here we could call the breakdown drawing. So we have drawing A here, example drawing or drawing 1. We have drawing, and this is drawing 2. And this one could be our breakdown drawing here. Yeah, 1A for example. Or like this, indicated like this, however you want. Yeah, where we want to add breakdown drawings and then playing with keyframes. If we add more keyframes at the beginning and then less for the final punch, we have a nicer or better timing. But yeah, all that we're going to explore in the next streams. Can't wait for that. Getting back into the sketching flow and the animation flow. Yeah, super fun, super cool. And then also, yeah, increasing the complexity step by step, like always, playing. Let's also see how we can, like we always see here in these fights, camera movement. So how can we play a little bit with camera movement to increase a little bit the intensity of the fights? That will be also interesting. And let's, yeah, do more studies, do more animations, play with perspective, and then impact frames, all that stuff, and see what cool kind of choreographies we can create. Super cool. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any question, let me also know later here under this video in the comments, in the chat, or write me a message on my socials or here. Super cool. Cool that you've joined. Was a fun stream. Around an hour. Time flies so fast. And yeah, can't wait to see you in the next stream. Thanks for watching. Bye.